welcome to another episode of Uprooted. My name is Hadra.
And I'm Rose, and we have a very special guest speaker with us tonight from our Mommy's Corner. And she will introduce herself and tell you a little bit about herself.
Hey everyone, I'm Faye. Nice to meet you all. Right now, I'm in Northern Virginia where it's cold. The weather don't know what it wants to do with itself. I'm a 28-year-old mom. I have 3 kids, 1 on the way, and lots of nieces and nephews who look at me as a mommy figure. So add all that. I'm a mom of 19,000 kids.
Woo!
There you go.
Wow.
Okay, guys. Well, for this episode, we're definitely going to be talking about a whole lot of things concerning mothers, but the main topic is actually how mothers who have more than one child handle having one child. So to begin, I would definitely like to say that I am a mother with more than one child. I have a 4-year-old and a 2-year-old, and they drive me crazy, but they're amazing children. Fahima has, again, like she said, 3 kids, and then 1 is on the way, so that makes it 4. And she's going to be talking about a little bit about her experiences and how she handles being a mother. Fahima, would you like to say some things before we ask you a couple of questions?
Sure. Well, motherhood is never an easy thing. And to be honest, motherhood starts from the moment that you know that you're pregnant, because you start all your planning and your expectations from the moment you're pregnant to the time the baby arrives. So everything that you plan is never going to go according to plan. And I think that's been one of the most realest moments of figuring out how to be a mom. You know, as much as you make schedules, as much as you have hopes for how your kids are going to be, it never fully turns out that way. And life is like Forrest Gump said, life is like a box of chocolate. You never know what you're going to get. So those are one of my realest moments.
Of course. Do you have anything to say, Rose, about that, since you're not really a mommy yet? And
I'm not a mommy yet, but there's always questions that I want to ask mommies, you know? Like, what do you drink on a play date at 9:30 a.m. versus what you drink on a play date at 5:30 p.m.? Those could be 2 different answers.
I can definitely answer that right now. Coffee. Coffee.
In the morning, at 9:30 a.m. or 5:30 p.m.?
Pretty much both times.
I don't know. I need me a margarita or a wine sometime during the day.
Okay.
So that's what me and Haj talk a lot about. Mm-hmm. Like, we always talk about going to Starbucks, so that's always one of our main topics, but she gets a chance to go to it more than me.
Yeah.
So for my drink, it will probably either be, maybe if I'm lucky, make my own homemade Starbucks coffee, or a cup of milk, and then in the afternoon, it might be a Capri Sun. I don't know. Depends on how I'm feeling with it.
I think it can literally be anything that just keeps you up and going. Because as a mother, you lose so much energy running around, changing diapers, cooking, making sure that you're okay, that you literally lose so much energy, and you need something to just keep you, like alert. Just wait. So I sometimes eat a granola bar. Something with a little bit of protein helps me out. Besides coffee, I like eating fruits, so sometimes they eat that, or even peanuts. It keeps me awake.
Okay.
So just to jump into the questions, I wanted to ask you a couple of things. The first thing I would say, is it hard taking care of children as a stay-at-home mom? Do you think it's something that's hard for you?
I think as a stay-at-home mom, I do face a lot of challenges, especially because my kids need more than what you would consider the average child. My kids are in therapies. My oldest is 4. My middle child is 2. My baby is 10 months. So it kind of gives you a range of where I'm at.
Wow.
And 2 out of 3, they do go to school, but the middle baby goes to school like twice a week. And then every other day that he's not in school, we have therapies. And same thing now with the oldest. So balancing out therapies, schools, teachers, and any extracurricular activities that I want to do, my day is literally wake up and it's already planned out. So, and I already still have to incorporate keeping the house clean, cooking dinner, making sure the bills are organized, and whatever other household duty that I need to do. It is a challenge with other kids.
Right.
As well,
and
unexpected. Unexpected always happen.
Oh yeah, especially dealing with like the unexpected stuff, like having a sick kid. Or there was one time I was planning a trip and I was still able to go on the trip, but my kids got sick and they had like this small, like a small case of pneumonia, except for the baby who had RSV, which is a severe, it's severe into the lungs. So it's still pneumonia, but it's very severe for babies. And so they had to hook him up to an oxygen machine, had to hook him up to an IV, had to constantly suction his nose. And I'm over here panicking because I'm like, oh my God, what's going to happen? And I'm over here getting ready to have a nervous breakdown. And it's like, oh my goodness. And it wasn't a normal hospital, it's children's hospital where everybody's in there for different things. So having the unexpected happen does throw you off your guard. But the most important role as a mother is trying to remain and stay strong, because it will try to break you as much as possible. The unexpected will always try to break you.
Of course. I definitely understand from that point, since I had my little boy. He was allergic to everything, so I never knew what he can eat and what he can't eat. And so when we give him certain things, we literally have to watch what is happening for the next hours or so, just in case something does happen to him. So I definitely understand. Rose, do you have anything to say about that question or that input?
It's okay. When I know she was talking about making sure all the bills are paid, and I wonder how your family handles budgeting. Like what with so many kids and like 4, 3, 2, like they're back to back with having school supplies, diapers, all that. Like, how do you prioritize and make financial decisions on what's more important than the other, or family vacations or things like that?
So in reality, it's very hard to have a family vacation. I think even one of the biggest family vacations could be literally just taking a mall trip together.
Right.
That sometimes is a family vacation, because I don't have the luxury of going to the movie theaters, unfortunately, with my kids, because sometimes, depending on the movie, it's either too boring or it doesn't catch their attention. So when we do have our movie time, it's upstairs in their room and on a big screen, and they can do whatever it is. And if it catches their attention, then they lay back with us. As far as budgeting is really hard, but I've gotten to where I know what my bills are going to be for the month, and I can kind of say, okay, I break it down into weeks. So week 1 has this much due, week 2 has this much due. And even still, once I get that planned out, then I can be like, okay, this is how much I know we're going to get for this month. Then I can plan out, okay, we need diapers, we need wipes, we need toilet paper towels. And most times when I do shop, especially like for food or toilet paper towels, it's in bulk. So then it lasts me maybe 2 months, and then I don't have to worry about it for 2 more months or whatever the case is. So budgeting can get tough, especially, once again, the key word here is when the unexpected happens. And the tire on your car catches a nail, and then you got to go fix it. Or you need an oil change and you got to scrape up the change to go get it. So I think one of the benefits is that my kid's father has been a really supportive role, because my car has had to get a lot of work done on it, and a lot of things we've YouTubed to get fixed. So he's gone and fixed an axle on my car, normal things, brakes, rotors, of course, and then fixing a radiator van. So those are some of the things that we still kind of have to budget for, because parts for a car aren't cheap. Diapers aren't cheap. But then adding to it, I also have dogs. I got lots of dogs, so that adds on to make dog food, you know?
Right.
And they eat. So that's a lot of budgeting. But I guess the main thing is to just know what your income is and know how to properly spend. And I think that's one of the challenges of being a mom, because we don't get, sometimes we feel like our job, we should get paid, and we don't get no payment.
Right.
Unless it's like, hey babe, you worked hard today. Go get yourself a Starbucks.
That's relatable right there.
So do you have any other good saving tips for our listeners?
Savings, I guess the biggest thing is always plan for the so I have nothing in my savings account, so that's bad on me. However, I have a bottle, like it's a baby bottle. It's a big baby bottle, and I fill it up with change, dollars, whatever I have that was given, or since I'm the laundry person, and I always say it in my house, if I have to do your laundry and I find money, it's
right.
So that's my saving. And I mean, if that works for other moms too, then that's how you can save for if something comes up. But a lot of times, you know, we've been pretty good with working with the unexpected.
Right. And you did say buying in bulk helps. So those are some tips that could help others.
And couponing. Make sure you download as many apps as you can that are beneficial to what it is that you need. Because I know I've talked to Hadra plenty of times, especially when shopping for kids' clothes. And I'm like, hey, I got a coupon for this much off, or you can get this and they give you this back. And she's like, oh, yeah, okay. And I'm like, go use it, because I'm not going to go use it. And my kids have enough clothes. I'm like, just go, or I'll order it. And then you got it for the kids already. And there we go. So I do make sure I subscribe. Every children's clothing store, I subscribe, and they always give me points or rewards back even when I'm not doing nothing. They're like, hey, we thought about you today.
Wow.
And we said you could save like 50% off today. I'm like, oh, really? Great. I don't need it, though. I'm broke.
But it helps. It helps. I'm pretty sure it helps.
It does. What do you think is the most challenging thing about being a mother?
I'm sorry, repeat that.
What do you think is the most challenging thing about being a mother?
The most challenging thing is for someone to try to switch roles, or for wanting someone else to try to switch roles with you, especially your significant other. I think that becomes one of the challenging things, because their job could be hard. However, I don't think they fully have a full perspective of how hard our job is when we're trying to balance out everyone's emotions, everyone's schedule, everyone's eating habits. That becomes one of the most challenging things as a mom. It definitely levels you out to say, I'm tired, I need me time. And sometimes you got to treat yourself, even if it's like, for me, my self-care, I feel treated if I can just go wash my hair. Not just take a quick shower, if I can go wash my hair. And I think that kind of gets overlooked as a mom, you know, just the small things for us, like self-care in itself.
I definitely agree. I think the most challenging thing is just, I want my kids to be great at many things. And so I actually take time out of my daily schedule to teach them things such as math, even though they're only like 4 years old, 2 years old, things such as writing, reading. I think it's very challenging to get up every single day and make sure your kids are on a certain level, because I also am in school and I also have a lot of other things that I have to do, like cleaning the house, or taking my son to school. It's challenging. So, but to me, that's what the challenges lie.
Right.
I mean, and that is completely agreeable, because even as we're speaking right now, I'm definitely cleaning my bathroom. So giving it a little bit more realization to it, that's one of the things in motherhood. We have to multitask so many things. And I love that Hadra is able to take time and teach her kids. And I feel like the challenge with my kids, if my kids have the attention span, my kids would be where I want them to be. However, unfortunately, we are working on that. And I know eventually they're going to get to that point as soon as they, continue to grow. But right now it's a little more challenging.
Right.
My kids are very, very extra, so I have to be very extra with them. So
makes sense. If you can't beat them, join them.
Right. So what mom chore would you guys outsource if you could? Like washing dishes, laundry. What mom chore do y'all think y'all would outsource if y'all could?
Cleaning bathroom. Oh, I hate it.
Yeah.
You can ask my husband. I absolutely hate cleaning bathrooms, but I don't like seeing bathrooms dirty. So when I see it, I have to clean it no matter what. But I just don't like it. I wish somebody would just come in, clean my bathrooms, and go. Like, it just would take so much out of my day. And I'm so happy. So that's just me.
For me, it would be bathrooms and laundry because I'm washing for a whole clan. So, I can get the washing part. It's always just, I got to fold them and I got to hang them. I'm like, why can't I just search through the bins and just find whatever I need to find? So that to me, I would love for someone, I would love to find a machine literally to jump the whole basket in and let it do its thing.
True. So I think that for this podcast alone, it's going to have to be a part 2 because I did have many other questions to ask you. But for this one today, is there anything that you would like to say to mommies out there that are just like you?
Mommies out there, don't give up. Remember that our kids are the reason why we constantly are staying focused. We're constantly grinding. We're constantly trying to find ways to improve ourselves because our kids put a lot of, they look up to us with their beautiful, innocent eyes. They constantly look up to us. And that, to me, is very influential of everything in my life. So I'm constantly motivated and determined because of them. As hard as it gets, as much as I want to break down, shave my head, I continue for them. So mommies, don't give up. It's going to get better. And I know our kids are going to, be the most perfect, beautiful reflections of us as long as we continue to raise them right, do right by them, and never make them feel like they were mistakes or burdens or anything else of that nature.
Of course. Rose, is there anything you would like to say?
I would like to thank you, Faye, for coming through and giving us some insight from Mommy's Corner. And I wish you the best in raising those beautiful children of yours.
Yes, guys. I love you.
We love you. Thank you so much.
Of course.
Bye guys.
All right. Thank you so much for joining us. It was a true pleasure to do this episode with you all. Uprooted, shaken, restored. Until next time.
Until next time, remember, we share our roots so we can all grow. All right. Y'all have a great New Year's, and we'll see you in 2020.
See you in 2020. Bye.
Bye.
The podcast you just heard was made using Anchor. Ever thought about making your own podcast? Anchor makes it really easy for anyone to get started. It's a one-stop shop for recording, hosting, and distributing podcasts. Best of all, it's 100% free. Sign up now at anchor.fm/new. That's anchor.fm/new to get started.